So I get this question all the time, and that is Etsy automation actually allowed? And the short answer is yes, but only if you actually do it the right way. So today I'm going to walk you through Etsy's own rules so you can see exactly what's allowed, and that way you won't get into trouble. So Etsy does allow automation because it provides an official API access for developers of tools like Make and Zapier, etc. And these can connect to your shop. So if it was banned outright, the API wouldn't exist. The API terms of use actually set the rules for using these connections, so you do need to be familiar with those. So the key rules that you must follow are things like you're responsible for your shop. Even if a tool is doing the work, you're accountable for what's posted in your store. So any listings, messages, or edits must still meet Etsy's policies. There's to be no unsolicited contact, so you can't set up an automation that messages people because then you become a spammer and then you'll get yourself into trouble. So Etsy's seller policy actually forbids adding buyers to an email list or sending marketing messages unless they've opted in. Also, your listings must comply with all of Etsy's content rules. So because it's automated, you can't just bypass what their standard rules are. So for titles, descriptions, tags, and images, you still need to meet Etsy standards. For products, you still need to meet their standards as well. Then there's follow rate limits and technical guidelines as well that you have to comply with. So the API terms mention limits on how many requests per minute or per day you can actually send. So good automations respect these so that your account isn't flagged and coming up as a bot or a spammer or someone that they don't want in their sphere. So what can you actually automate? So preparing listings in bulk via Google Sheets, you can do that. Automatically posting listings from a template into your store, you can definitely do that. Scheduling or batch updating listings, you can definitely do that. You can send order data to a Google Sheet for tracking, so you can have that information come from Etsy to a Google Sheet. And you can also use the data that you get and post it on Pinterest directly as well, as long as it follows Pinterest rules and links back correctly to the product. So what do you actually need to avoid? So basically, you need to avoid adding people to an email list without their consent. You cannot do that no matter what. You cannot automate spammy or repetitive messages to people. So just because you have a saved reply that you want to send to people, you can't automate that, unfortunately, because it does come under their spammy sort of guidelines. You can't use stolen or unlicensed content just because it's easy to upload. And anything that would be a violation if you did it manually, you can't bypass it by doing it in an automation, although people do try. So basically, I used this as a guideline when I was building my automations. I made sure that I complied with everything, that there wasn't going to be any issues with the automation, because obviously we don't want any stores to get shut down. I definitely don't want mine getting shut down, and I don't want yours getting shut down. So I built it using Etsy's official API. I respected their rate limits and their shop rules. I focused on efficiency and not breaking the rules. And I always leave the creative control in your hands. So even though we are using AI to generate the titles, description, and tags, you tweak it before it goes to Etsy to make sure that it's accurate, you're happy with it, and that it complies. So I have it set up to automatically generate those in a set format. Sometimes things don't go to plan, so you've always got that control if you need to tweak it. If it doesn't look right, if a word doesn't look right or just doesn't fit, then you change those. So that's how you comply and you make sure that you can use the automations for your Etsy store. So I've done all the work behind the scenes so that you can definitely use it, but there are lots of other ways that you could automate your digital product store, your Etsy stores, using Make or Zapier or any of those tools. There's definitely other things that you could do, like tracking your sales and seeing what products are actually performing the best in your store, like getting AI to analyze it. There's things like that that you can also do with automations. So I just wanted to make sure I covered the legal side of it and just put your minds at ease if it's something that you're worried about. So I hope that has done that. But if you do have any questions at all, I will leave a link to the API rules and also the seller guidelines as well, just so that you've got them, you can reference them, you can have a look, and you can make sure that you're happy with everything. So I just wanted to cover that. And so if you want an automation that's already built and follows Etsy's rules and it will save you hours every month, I'll link mine below for you in the description and also put it in the comments for you. And you could start using it today, even if tech is not your thing, because it's got step-by-step instructions for you to set it up. You do have to be very careful when you go through and follow every step. Don't miss anything. But if you can do that, if you can follow instructions, fine. It'll be set up for you in no time, up and running, and saving you heaps of time. So I'll leave those links for you. If you've got any questions though, please just drop them. I'm always happy to answer them, or shoot me an email. Always happy to answer that too. All right. I hope that this has been helpful. See you in the next one.